I never had 100 million at one time, you know what I'm saying, or 200 or whatever. And Dame know this more than anybody else. You can't stop hustling. All them people Dame put on that he named, it wasn't like they got a chunk of money and stopped. Everybody kept hustling. They kept going. You did put Kevin Hart in his first movie. I was actually in that movie with Kevin Hart, Paper Soldiers. And you have to be, before that, prior to him being on BET, he always said he don't need no major TV sponsor, nothing of this, none of that, and he do everything on his own. And niggas who go to the network, that's not independent. I'm independent, this, that, and third. Now you calling it talking about post BET. It goes against what you talking about. Then I say what I say. He says I'm trying to diss him and come at him. Bro, Dame, I'm never dissing you, bro, ever. All I'm saying is that you had wild bread, and to me, you mismanage your money. This, that, and the third. And bro, I'm not gonna say never, I never had, I should say, 200 million at one time. Period. He does another interview. What he say? They ask him, yo, what you think about Cam? I think about Cam saying you don't manage your money right. That's girl shit. Girls talk about other niggas' financial shit. Girls talk about niggas shit, this, that, third. So now niggas smacking me on my ass, and I'm talking like a bitch. Go ahead, what you guys listen? Go ahead.
That's why I'm like disappointed that when people do say I mismanage my finances, they've never seen that. All I've done was pay for projects for us to do. So I paid $1 million, and Cam starred in that movie. I threw down on the project that we did with A-Track and Cam, but he never supported it. It just feels funny to me that everything I throw down on, he finds a reason not to support. But I just find that a human trait. It's just respect. People want to see me in the shelter. My shelter is just usually a little more luxurious than most people's. That's why I'm like disappointed that when people do say I mismanage my finances, they've never seen that. All I've done was pay for projects for us to do. So I paid $1 million, and Cam starred in that movie. I threw down on the project that we did with A-Track and Cam, but he never supported it. It just feels funny to me that everything I throw down on, he finds a reason not to support. But I just find that a human trait.
All right. This what niggas want to do? Bet. Let's go with Honor Up. Let's start there. Dame got a movie called Honor Up. He's shooting it on 125th and 12th Avenue. I tell him I'm about to go to Jersey. Yo, stop by the set real quick. Stop by the set, show some love real quick. It's like 3 degrees outside. Get over there. I'm telling everybody what's up, we freezing. I'm with Juju, mind you. Juju was my girl at the time, with Juju. Dame comes over. Yo, get Cam a fur. You in the next scene, Cam. Get a fur. Hold the fuck on. Get a fur. Nah, I just came support. Nah, I need you to do this scene. Get Juju a fur. Get a fur. Both of them, they gonna put them in the nigga scene, the bitch scene. I said, Dame, I don't want to be in this movie. Oh, you gonna do me like that? Pause. That's what you gonna do? Word. Keep it 100.
Yeah.
Cause I felt the little tension or whatever. And I know I kind of was speeding. When I sit back, I'm older now, and I look back and think about it. I said, Dame told me something, and maybe he didn't want me to speak about it yet. But what was the vibe when he said, yo, and I announced it, J. Cho, I think I'm gonna make Cam the president of Rocafella.
That's where the hate came.
That's where it went left.
That's why I was like, what? The fuck? What just happened? Like I fuck with homie, he doing his thing, but the president of
So Bleak, keep it 100.
Yeah.
Cause I felt
I just felt like, I'll deal with it when I see him or when we talk, but I haven't seen him, but I keep hearing him talk about me. Like I would never think that the Cam I knew would use his platform to sit with his old ops and talk about his brothers. So my advice, Cam, is again, this is something that I've lived by. If someone had a problem with you, generally speaking, unless I could squash it, pause, then they had a problem with me. This thing I saw, because you brought it up, about you talking to Memphis Bleak on your platform about the presidency of Rockefeller. Number one, it was the vice presidency that we spoke about. But all we did was have a conversation between someone that I respected to be able to have a real conversation with. And where I'm from, it's not thorough to have a really private conversation and go to the radio and tell everybody before everyone else knows. Now, I just thought you were young, and I didn't even let you know, but I think you know how many problems that mistake you made caused. But you never said nothing to correct it. And now you're saying something about the presidency, which is not true. Sitting with people that you used to disrespect daily, at least that's what I used to see, laughing about the fact that you misspoke, not caring about how much damage that caused to Rockefeller. Memphis Bleak told you that started everything. And it's all because of a conversation we had that you went and made public. That's not some Harlem shit. That's some young shit. But now that you're about 50 years old, just laughing about it, thinking that that's funny, without caring about the recourse of this mistake you made, my advice is I don't think that's the way to approach it.
Where my fire starters at? GFTV back with another fire flame meltdown. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Stomp, step, and stand all over that notification bell where you want the latest. If you ain't a fire starter, hawker, walker, or stalker yet, what you waiting on, family? And subscribe, because we stomp, step, and stand on real morals and traditional principles. And we know ain't nothing morally sound, nowhere near traditional, about what's going on with Cam and Dame Dash. Now y'all hit the like button, drop y'all fire and TVs in the chat, because when you talking about backstabbing and crossing your best friend, when you talking about kicking a man when he down, this is the great example of it. Now, let's put this in the pot and cook this up, because I never thought it would ever come to this when it comes to Cam and Dame. We all know how far back Dame and Cam relationship go. We're talking about two Harlem veterans. Two Harlem veterans. Now the crazy thing about this here, man, we see that Cam is going back and forth with Dame and Dame going back and forth with Cam. But honestly, let's keep it real. Camron has never said a bad word about Dame until now. And this is why Dame Dash is like, I'm very surprised at Cam. I can't believe Cam is actually, know what I mean, popping shit the way that he popping shit, as much as I did for him, as much as I did for his career. Because we all know Camron in that diplomat run under Rockefeller was Camron's best run. It was a Dipset best run when they did the Rockefeller deal. But now tensions are starting to come back and flare up for some old shit that happened way back when Dame Dash gave the presidency of Rockefeller to Camron. Now hit the like button, drop your fire TVs in the chat, because this is where it gets very hot and the pot starts to boil. Because we all know at the end of the day, this situation here is what honestly brung Rockefeller down. This situation that happened with Dame Dash making Camron the president of Rockefeller is the reason why Dame Dash is in the position that he's in right now today. And that's the reason why Jay-Z snaked Dame Dash, because of that move that he made. Because a lot of artists, especially Jay-Z that was under Rockefeller, felt as though, all right, why is Dame Dash making Camron the president? Camron just coming on to the label. But the crazy thing about this Fire Starters is Dame Dash, now that it's being said that Dame Dash told Camron not to say a word, not to mention that he was the president. And Dame Dash said he actually wasn't the president, he was the vice president. But now it's coming out that it was supposed to be kept a secret until they got ready to make the announcement. And now it is said that Camron start running his mouth behind Dame Dash back and to other people at Rocafella. And this is what started all the tension. And we heard what Myth Bleak just said. All right, that's what started everything. That's what started everything. And I find it very odd and very strange. Now, Camron, nobody's paying attention to this. He just signed a multi-million-dollar lucrative deal with Revolt, y'all. That's right. Hit the like button, drop your fire and TVs in the chat. And we all know who Revolt is connected to. We know that Revolt is connected to who? P. Diddy, Rock Nation, etc., etc., etc. And I don't understand why Cam signed this multi-million-dollar deal with Revolt when he already had his own YouTube channel, all right, with the same content and the same programming. So I'm hearing behind the scenes, he actually took this deal, and Dame Dash humiliation was a part of the deal for Camron to move up in the media world, ladies and gentlemen, because like I said, look who Camron have on the show. Myth Bleak. Out of all people, you see the Rock Nation sign, right? Now, like I said, something very odd and very strange is going on here because you also have to pay attention to the simple fact that ever since Dame Dash started doing these dialogue interviews, ever since he started doing these interviews over there at Dialogue, Dame Dash health has started to decline. Dame Dash physical appearance has started to decline. They said he's having a mental breakdown. They said he just had a diabetic stroke, and all this is coming out of nowhere. And like I said, ever since he went on this dialogue platform, it's been some weird, strange things that's been happening to Dame Dash over the last 8 to 9 months. All right, this is the last time we actually seen Dame Dash healthy was when he was doing these dialogue interviews. All right. So I don't know what the hell is going on, but I know something odd and something very strange is definitely going on because Camron is actually kicking Dame Dash while he's down, making fun of his health, making fun of how broke he is, talking about he ain't used his money for the right things when he sacrificed everything he had to put you on. And just like Dame said, Camron and Dipset ain't have a run like that since. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole situation, man. Do y'all honestly believe that Camron signed this deal over there at Revolt and Dame Dash humiliation was a part of this whole situation? Because we know Drink Champs is dead. Drink Champs was the main show on the Revolt channel. And we know ever since Diddy got knocked off, Drink Champs went down to the ground. So they got to find a new player. They got to find a new role, some new content with some new players and some new people. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole situation, man. Like, share, subscribe, because always remember, fear the fire, fear the flames. Camron ain't had no reason to sign this deal. He had to do it for the money because he already was bringing the same content on his YouTube channel on the same show, Talk with Flea, and it is what it is. And we can clearly see that's definitely what it is.